nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero.
Tune in.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services.
Coke don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a mule.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt you. Better say it with your chest. Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
My peoples.
Yo, what's going on?
How y'all doing tonight?
Good people. How are you? Obadiah, the first one in the house as usual. Welcome. How are you?
I tell you, man, he can't. Obadiah can't even let me get one comment in before he done post. But I appreciate you, Obadiah.
We definitely appreciate that love.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. Thank you so very much. We weren't with y'all last week. Of course, that was a day of love for you guys. So we knew y'all would be off with your loved ones, and then we wouldn't come on the 15th because you'd be off with your side piece. So we decided to go ahead and wait.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Tax on that. And man, hold on, boy. Made me choke on my goddamn. Made me choke on my yak. Hold on.
I was about to say it's not Friday. It's not Friday.
Is that? I'm just saying. You were waiting on us last week. Well, we are sorry. We figured it was a day of love and you guys would be with your Valentine. So we wanted to give you all that. So we are so sorry. But we are glad you're back with us this week. And welcome to the Friday Night Lights podcast show, the Wednesday edition.
Man. Okay, I got myself together now. But that was fun.
What? I'm just saying.
I know. It was still funny though. My God. So
Anyway.
tonight we're gonna talk about some coaching vacancies and stuff like the coaching fields. But if we got anybody on here from Bainbridge, I really want somebody from Bainbridge to come on. If anybody from Bainbridge shows up, I want them to come on here because I want to talk to them tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I was on the radio, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's all. So that's what I got. That's all I'm gonna say for the time being is that I want somebody from Bainbridge to come on and talk to me tonight.
Yes, please come on and talk to us. Y'all are in the process of finding a new coach. Tiff County finally. It seems like we've been waiting forever. It's like we've been waiting for a baby to be birthed or something. Like we've been waiting 10 months or something. You know what I mean? Doesn't it seem like it's been like a pregnancy and the baby's finally here? You know what I mean?
That's like waiting on me and your children to be born.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for my nephews to come. I was waiting.
Well, y'all throw it off today. What y'all been drinking on?
I ain't been drinking on nothing.
A little brown.
I've been drinking fruit punch. That's what I've been drinking. What's going on, Collins? How you doing? What's going on, Jeremy? You just stay around and see what we talking about. What you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Let's see.
You know what? Hold on. If somebody know Ricky Shepard, get Ricky Shepard on here.
Yeah, he's a big advocate of hiring hiring a minority coach in Bainbridge.
Yeah,
I don't know the politics down that way. Um, I don't know, the demographics or anything like that. So if y'all could come and give us some insight on that into the coaching search, um, it's enough. I'm be quiet. Yeah, because I know. I listen. Politics is a is a major thing, especially in small town USA. Ask me how I know. Oh my lord! But um, I would be interested in knowing, who they've got. Are they gonna hire from within? And get people's opinions on how do you think Coach Little John, is that his name? I want to make sure I
something
get
like
it
that.
right. Coach Little John, how do you think he'll do in Tifton? Because listen, Tifton has athletes. They do. I
Yeah.
mean, they've been taking a bunch of L's, but there are a lot of athletes in Tifton, Georgia. So
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I know Bainbridge is hot up under the collar with losing Coach Littleton to Tiff County, but I got some questions for them because I get it. And Jeremy, stop doing that. Stop posting that dumb stuff.
I'm just thinking, what is he posting now? I don't see it. If it makes sense, I read it. If it don't make sense, I ignore it.
I blocked them, so I don't see none of
Well,
it.
I had to ignore it. I had to ignore it because I'm trying to figure out what in the world would make you think that City Grove coach is gonna leave City Grove.
Who's that? That was Dwayne. That wasn't Jeremy, was it?
Jeremy said it too. Jeremy said it
I
too.
don't. Okay, I'm missing that one.
So I understand who you are and what you do. It was good. It was good. PR for the school and for the coach. I appreciate it. You could fabricate something better than that, though. That's all I'm saying. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Um, I was trying to get Coach Adams on tonight to talk to us, and I was gonna ask him about, because I know he's been approached, but but he'll be on next week. Coach Adams will be on here next Wednesday for sure. He gonna hang out with us and kick it with us for the show, answer a few questions from the panel and the audience. But
Okay, I'm gonna try not to cuss y'all out.
that's fine.
I'm,
That's fine.
I'm
I'm
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna
kidding.
just be on mute.
But
I'm kidding.
my thing is one. It's gonna take a lot to move Coach Adams. And if you actually did your research on Coach Adams, which I'm not gonna divulge his business out there like that, but I will say this: do your research on Coach Adams, understand where he came from the high school ranks, where he played at, and where he's at now, and that should give you an indication of it's gonna take a lot for that man to move. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, for either him and or the coach at Langston Hughes, which we talked about before we came on live tonight. It's gonna take in the upwards of $200,000, man, to get them folks to move.
Yeah, we
If
talked about
your
that earlier
program,
today.
yeah, if your program, your booster club, your superintendent is not willing to cut that check for at least 200,000 minimum, stay away from these coaches in Atlanta. That's the only reason the coach, huh?
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's the only way a coach from Atlanta is gonna leave Atlanta and come down there is if you pull the Brinks truck up.
Yeah, and that's going to be a hard sell for the taxpayers of the community, right? Because you know, do you know how far that kind of money will go in small town USA? balling out of control. I don't see them doing all that. What's going on, Dwayne? Lego set need a new coach. Which Lego set? Who with the PAC? Dwayne, who you talking about? And PAC is a better job. Um,
Talking
Obadiah
about coach,
said,
talking about Coach Allen going to not PAC but going to Elka. That's what it was.
"Oh, okay. Let's see. They need to consider Cook County's head coach. You know what, Obadiah? I actually said that. Um, consider consider him. That was my first. That was actually my first thought. And I know the people in Adel and Sparks like, shut up. We good. Morris, how you doing? He said maybe they should get Peach County's own Coach Green. I mean, well, he's in Florida right now, um, doing well. I mean, it would take. It's gonna take a probably take a lot for him to get back up to Bainbridge. Cause he's not. It's been one thing. He was in Tallahassee at one point. It would have worked, right? Because he was in Tallahassee at one point, but I think he's in the Tampa area now. So I don't know that he will be willing to move to Bainbridge, although it's very close. How you doing, Lee? Go Bulldogs. Matter of fact, Lee, tell us if you find out any additional information on that team y'all are playing out of Canada. Let us know. Um, oh, there's Elka. So okay, I'm going back, y'all. I'm streaming consciousness. So Coach Adams at Elka. Who put that out?
That total.
I was about to say I can't see, so it must be him.
It was the total.
No, he put it out in another group, I think.
Yeah, he did. He put
Oh,
it out
okay.
in another group, in a different group that
Okay.
we in.
So let me tell y'all something. Uh, I think in Manatee High School in Tampa, don't get me the line. In Manatee High School down that way, I think that's where he is. I should know, huh? That's my classmate. I should know that. But
Well,
last I checked, he was at Manatee, but he could be somewhere else. Now I hadn't talked to him in a year or two. So, and we got a class reunion coming up too. So, interesting. Um, congrats to the mayor person's Lady Bulldogs. They beat Liberty County 65-33 in the first round. Yeah, Peach County has some games this evening in basketball, and we're in a super duper tough bracket. I mean, we're the number one seed, but that bracket is ridiculously tough. So, yeah. Newton Rams are beating Lowndes County. Okay. Shout out to Newton.
Shout out to everybody that's playing basketball right now, period. Because
Yeah,
it's not what it used to be, especially not for our area, but there are some teams that are thriving and doing well. Mitchell County is one of the teams that I've seen a lot of here lately, and they've got some real playmakers. So shout out to not only Mitchell County, but everybody that's still currently playing basketball right now.
that's right. That's right. Shout out to all. Shout out to all. They had the wrestling championships last week too. So shout out to all the state champions in wrestling as well. Y'all, did I tell y'all I saw my first wrestling match about 3 weeks ago?
You
about
did not.
no. How did you like it?
I had no idea what the hell was going on. I knew nothing. But what I did, I was like, "What's that around that? What is that around that ankle? And what does that mean?" I did not know, and it was a whole bunch of stuff going on all at one time. It was just organized chaos, and I was like, "Okay." But what I did take away from it is that wrestling is not easy at all. And I will say, parents, to any of you who have who's if your child plays on the offensive line or the defensive line and your high school has a wrestling team, make sure that your child does wrestling in addition to football. I mean, anybody can do it, but especially if they're on that line. I'm telling you.
Oh, now you starting to understand why we were saying that before.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
because it's a
understood
lot of
then.
hand work. There's a lot of hand work, hand fighting, upper body strength. All that comes into play when you're on that line. That's involved in wrestling.
I was like, oh my goodness. And then my baby girl was resting. I said, oh, I don't need to go out there. I'm ready to fight somebody. I'm be ready to fight these children throwing my baby out across this damn mat like this. But yeah. Um
Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sitting here going through the 3A bracket in basketball right now, and
Oh
I'm kind of
Lord.
shocked. No, Douglas beat Monroe area earlier today. Lumpkin County beat Richland, which should have been expected. I'm just trying to see, and which really got me tripping out is both of City Grove's boys and girls are playing Hebron Christian today.
mm,
So I'm just looking, but they don't start. They getting ready to start now at 7:30.
oh, okay, that's right. Obadiah says Coffee's head coach might need to contact Bainbridge because they don't want the smoke in Region 25A. Oh Lord. Here we go. Here we go. What's going
All
on,
I
Stephen
gotta say is you better not lose.
Tate? And there it is. What's going on, Stephen Tate? Lee says, what's crazy, Spalding County girls and Wayne County girls got disqualified for fighting in that game. What game? The first round of the playoffs, Lee?
Exactly, because that has seemed to be a trending thing now, fighting at basketball games. And it's not the
Yeah.
spectators that are fighting. You got whole teams that are like knee deep in brawls. And
It
it's
is.
I'm never seen it this rampant.
Yeah, it's because it's happened 2 or 3 times, hasn't it?
It has. Like I for one, I've been kicked out of gyms and all of that. But I've never seen nothing like this. And Lee said yes, the first round game.
That is lunacy. I mean, Spalding County got enough going on right now. That's the last thing they need. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of, you know, they definitely got a head coaching vacancy. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to touch on that one, but since you brought
No,
it
I'm
up,
just saying. No, I'm just saying we can just skirt right on past that. What's going on, Nikki? Steven says it's no discipline. So is that a coaching thing or is that a cultural thing? And when I say cultural, I'm talking about. I know I sound like an old woman, but you know how they say these children today are different.
These children today. I'm with you, sis.
These children different, And so, like, what is it? Is it that or is it that? Because what are the chances that Wayne County and Spalding County coach don't teach discipline?
Right. At some point, like who deserves the real blame?
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well, Nikki. Lord have mercy.
man, y'all say what y'all want to say, but that's a real question there, though.
What?
No, I mean, who's really to blame for these kids acting the way they acting on the court, off the court, on the field, off the field? It's
Yeah,
a real question. I mean, it's becoming a real issue. It's no, like you said, like y'all said, it's no longer the fans; it's the players.
yeah. Because okay, growing up, like, and I'm just talking from my experience. When Peach County played basketball, our rivals in basketball, of course, Perry, Taylor County, Crawford County, and Macon County. So anytime we had those basketball games, gym packed. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was in Fort Valley or whether it was at their place. and 9 times out of 10 there was going to be a brawl, not necessarily inside. It was going to start inside, but after the game they were going to get to fighting, whether it was outside of the gym or at the McDonald's or wherever. But those were spectators. It wasn't it wasn't the players, it was. But now, like you said, it's actual players. I remember Peach County played Crawford County one game. I remember after the game, the people from Crawford County were driving out trying to leave, and somebody threw a bottle and bust their back windshield out. I mean, it was I'm saying it was crazy, but again, those were the fans. It wasn't the.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna say this. I agree, and I'm on the same train. Well, first off, I want to say what's up, Sean Suggs. What's up, Mr. Suggs? But I'm on the
Hey,
same train.
love.
I'm on the same train with Stephen Tate here. These
Hmm.
kids are disrespectful as heck. You know, it, people are, and I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of adults are afraid to hold these kids accountable these days because back in our day, it was a shit. Put your deuce up. Let's go. Then you want to act like a man. I'm gonna treat you like a man. Put your deuce up. Let's go. Nowadays, these kids they think it's all big and bad to pull out. To pull a little pistol out and just start shooting while they running away.
True that.
But
Uh,
that ain't where it starts. At the end of the day, it starts at home with parents trying to be friends to their children.
that's what Lee said. He says it's the parents.
Yeah.
And Steven says his kids are disrespectful. And I'm gonna make this point about accountability, because people think that taking accountability just means I did it and I'm wrong. That accountability is more than that. Accountability is also changing the behavior, because not but because continuing to apologize and not changing your behavior is not accountability. What that is manipulation, because you can say sorry and you're gonna keep on doing whatever you're doing. So when we say being held accountable, is changing your behavior and also dealing with whatever consequences come from your actions. You figure sometimes they say, okay, I said I was wrong. Why you trying to punish me? It don't work like that. So I just wanted to make that point. What's going on, Kenneth? How are you? What's going on, O'Neill? And Stephen is right. As parents, the hands are tied sometimes because of the social construct we live in.
Hands ain't
Now,
tied. Hands
I
ain't tied.
well, let me chime in real quick, Mike. I think so. You can't necessarily blame the parents because I was raised one way and then chose to make my own decisions and do things on my own. That
Hmm.
in by no means reflects on the job that my parents did by raising me. You have children now that are exposed to way more way sooner than a lot of us were, or a lot of us, like, so again, going with Steven's comment, it has a lot to do with the social construct that we live in, because just like my kids are here playing now, I can say, well, hey, no iPad or whatever after 8 o'clock. Well, after 8 o'clock, that means no iPad. But what happens the next day, and it's not 8 o'clock, and you have all of these hours to do whatever you want to do until I step back in as a parent and say, okay, well, we're not doing this, or you know what I'm saying? So it kind of, I think what happens with the parents nowadays, they wait for an action to give a reaction instead of
Mm.
being hands on from the beginning to say, okay, we're not doing this. And if need be, these are the consequences and I will show you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Man, I hear you on that. So I'm gonna expand on what you said. Me growing up, I had a village that raised me. That village consisted of my parents, my neighbors, My teachers, counselors, principals, and parents, friends, and family. If any one of them caught me doing bad, they had permission from my mama to do what they had to do to get me straight.
I bet you they
And
did too.
then,
I
and
bet you they
then,
had to do with your
oh, they
past.
did. They did. It was
I
several days.
know you did. I
It was
know
several
you
days.
did.
It was several days. I got two whoopings. Cause once they got done with me, my mama got me when she got home.
Hmm.
All she had to say, she said one famous line. Why are these folks calling me at work about you?
That's famous last word,
So,
baby.
One
so
thing you
I
don't do is have your mama get called at work.
Oh, that's
exactly,
something bad. Ooh,
exactly.
that's a bad
So
thing.
I say
Then,
that.
mm-hmm.
Hold on, real fast. I
Go
say
ahead.
that to say this. I say that to say this. We need to get back to allowing the village to raise our kids, to raise kids,
Yeah.
because granted, they have access to things we didn't have access to growing up, specifically social media and internet. They did not have access. We didn't have access. For most of us that are in our 40s, 50s, we didn't have access to that growing up. So, our internet was a Polaroid picture. Our going off watching porn was trying to look at the Playboy channel through the scribbling line, or having an adult, a cool cousin or brother, go buy us a Playboy magazine out of the store,
Mm-hmm.
or finding your daddy tape somewhere in the house, VHS tape in the house, or if you were lucky enough to sit up and watch Porky's late at night while your parents was up in the room doing what they doing and they thinking you sleep. But yeah, I'm just saying. But what I'm getting at is we're missing the village. We're not allowing the village to help us raise our kids. So, like prime example for us, when it came to my son, we told the coach, we told the teachers, if he cut up, do what you need to do to make him act right, to get him to act right, and let us know about it after the fact.
Yeah.
Because if you got a call, then we got a problem.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And I will say too, as far as I mean, even the consequences of whatever you do, they're different now. When I used to tell kids about, what they used to call Peach County High School, they used to call it the prison. You had to, if you had to use it, don't get in a tight. Because if you got in a tight, you had to go to the principal's office, get the key, unlock the door to the bathroom to get into the bathroom, and then turn it back in. If you cursed, you got 3 days suspension. If you chewed gum, you got detention. You got 2 to 3 days of detention, stuff like that. I mean, if you fight, you got 5 days, 5 days at home. If you, like I said, if you cursed, you got suspended. That's that's unheard of. When I told those kids that kind of stuff that happened with us, they looked at me like I had 3 heads, because that's unheard of in the school system today. Like, how you gonna send me home because I cursed? No, that was just something that you didn't do. So I think it's a culmination of all of those things.
It
Um,
is. It is.
that
And
we need to do.
it, society has got so damn sensitive these days.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, okay. I'm watching. Man, what was I watching? The news or a TV show? But anyway, you can just watch the news and see what's going on in these school systems. I mean, look at what they're trying to do. Kids don't say Pledge of Allegiance in schools anymore. You're not. If you say the wrong prayer, if the football team said or basketball team says the wrong prayer before or after the game, the school can get in trouble by the school board now. You can't even say you can't even say the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
You know
It's a
what I'm saying?
lot.
Yeah, and
It's a lot.
taking these books out of school, trying to push the LGBTQ thing on folks.
Oh
It,
Lord, don't get
the,
started.
no, I'm just saying, society as a whole, we've gotten very sensitive, very soft.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it too.
It
I just
is.
want to
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna. I see Adam. I just saw Adam's comment, and I want to tell him that that we want to ask you what you think. No, no, I didn't hear about the Tiff County High Principal. Tell us about that. I didn't hear about that. I saw his first question about um um
Oh, the
what
higher
About
exam.
the hire,
Oh, the
yeah.
higher. Yeah.
we spoke about it, but we want to know what you think, Adam. What do you think about it? How do you like it? I personally think it's not a bad hire because you've got somebody. Because I think what the biggest gripe, one of the biggest gripes was did they how this the last coach how he was brought in, right? And then he's from Michigan. He didn't understand the culture, the community, any of that. He just didn't really sit well with the community. So I think you got somebody who knows the culture of South Georgia football. He's a proven winner. He's won a state championship. He took a team that that was 4-6 and won the state championship. Um, and has been competitive for the past few years. So he knows what it takes to win. So I think y'all got a good hire now. Y'all got to give him time, and y'all got to let him do his job because I think apparently that's a problem down there too. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Y'all sit down and let the man do what he got to do, and be patient. And give him a few years, and I think y'all will do fine. But that's just my opinion. What y'all think?
Sis, I think patience running thin in the South, not just in Tiff County. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts. I gotta agree with you on that one, sis.
You're absolutely right. I mean, and maybe it's a, I mean, it's a new day, cause we in the day of the Lego. You go over there and get them folks, and let's win. Damn it, it's a new model. I put it like that. It's a new model, and it's
It's
what
no
have been
more.
done for me lately.
So that kind of correlates with what we were just talking about because literally everything has changed. You have the village that's not the village or not as dedicated as the villages we were raised on, which kind of
Mhm.
trickles over into football programs because if you have unhappy parents who will freely discuss their feelings in front of the football player in their home or whomever, then that trickles over from one student to another, and then it's in the locker room, and now you got parents and half of a team mad with a head coach that's simply trying to do their job.
Mhm. You're
Yeah.
right. You
You
are
know what?
absolutely right.
Loyalty is going out the window.
Yeah, that's
That's what it's
good.
gonna happen. Because let's be real. We can go back as early as we can say early mid 90s, even late 90s. It was loyalty. You grew up in the neighborhood. You played with the kids. You gonna play with the kids in high school.
Mhm.
Now, yeah, you gonna find you a rec team that you can go ball out with, and then all right, well, let me figure out what high school I want to go play for now.
Oh
And the
yeah,
parents,
you on the same AAU team. Hey dog, let's go over here and play.
yeah. Okay, you know what? Here's a prime example. I got a prime example for y'all. If you have Apple TV, right? Apple TV Plus to be specific. Go check out the series called Swagger. In the series, it stars O'Shea, Ice Cube's son, is the main character. And his character is he started out as an AAU coach, 14 and up, right? And in the DMV area. What
Uh-huh.
happened is mama comes along, hey, I heard about you, I did my research on you, you was big time in high school, college, and then you fell off, but you got a good thing going. A lot of people got some good stuff to say about you. I want you to coach my son for this 1 year in AAU, for about 2 years in AAU, and then he gonna go on to high school. All right, bet. So basically, AAU team got some other players in. They go to national winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second season, they fast forward into their junior year throughout their senior year. It's the second season. Three of the kids are still playing together in high school, private school, obviously, regardless of where they live. They just go there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and my man from the doctor from uh One Sound One Band, Drumline, he in it.
Orlando Jones.
Yeah, Orlando Jones, he in it. He funny as hell. But anyway, they ended up pulling another kid from another school coming into his senior, pulls him over who used to play with them at AAU. That's basically what's happening in football.
Mm-hmm.
Correlate, change the sport to football. It's the same thing that happened. Hey, you can even use the what's the daggone thing with the football show that was coming uh
All
on
American.
All
yeah
American.
you yeah All American. How dudes switching schools, went from Crenshaw to the private school and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
yeah
That's
that's
what.
what's happening. It's no loyalty anymore to your neighborhood, to your friends that you grew up with, your neighborhood, your district. It's no loyalty there anymore. If
I
I
mean,
feel
but
I can go somewhere and play and shine and win at the same time, that's where I'm gonna go.
yeah. I mean, and if you think about it, like even in college, like these coaches can go and go to a better situation. So you know, it
Why
is what it is.
let the players go. And speaking of that, and speaking of which, NCAA just ruled. Man, them kids can transfer as many times they want to. We're not putting a cap on it. They just ruled on that today or yesterday. Because I know I saw
Really,
the head. I know I saw the headline today.
Now that's interesting.
that's
Them kids can
interesting.
transfer. Them kids
They
can
don't have
transfer
to
as
sit
many
all
times they want
year.
to. No, them
What?
kids can. Them kids can hit that transfer portal as many times as they want to.
And don't have to sit out a year.
Exactly. It ain't like it used to be to where when you transfer you had to sit a year. It
Oh
ain't like that
wow.
no more.
Wow. Okay. Let me read some of these comments. Let's see. Stephen Tate says, "I think Tiff snatching him was a big wow to me. He was well set in Bainbridge, so I never thought of him leaving and going to Tiff. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that either because I'm sure they love him over there in Bainbridge. And then Obadiah says Jeff Littleton. I know. You know what? I guess I got a Super Bowl still in my mind. I'm thinking about Lil John. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jeff Littleton said we will know some of his staff members by the end of the week. And apparently he's already taken the strength and conditioning coach with him. Okay. All right, Bainbridge, y'all better hide your kids, hide your wife. They stealing coaches over here. Uh,
I know,
Keith
right?
Giddens, Keith Giddens, welcome to the podcast, Keith. He said that's a two-way street. Also, the coaches have to be loyal to the kids and the team, and they probably not.
Eh.
Um, I'm just saying they probably aren't loyal. They're gonna go where the money is, or if they're getting they feel like they're not appreciated, they getting the fans beating them down, all this other stuff, and somebody else say, okay, you can come over here, we're gonna pay you more, and we're gonna treat you nice. They out of there. So,
Especially
but
if
I.
you're not homegrown. Like so good
Mhm.
example with this is you have Maurice Freeman in Quitman.
Mhm.
He's there. That's his community. They love him. You go anywhere else, you have several head coaches that aren't from that area, so they don't buy in to the program as quickly as the fan base would like. You
Mhm.
you have
Yeah.
some hires that are like generational hires, which that is it can be a good thing, but it can also backfire. So, you have to factor in all of these things when you're speaking on loyalty because you can't be loyal to a program that you just got hired to be a part of without actually knowing about the program or having a heart for it.
Good point. Great points. Great point.
Yeah.
Um,
Now you know
Adam
what?
said that.
Oh,
Oh,
go
go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead.
No. I was just gonna say they finally approved the Tift County's indoor facility with this coach.
Oh,
So
that's
y'all
attractive.
be
You know what? That's attractive though. For a school to have an indoor facility, that's attractive to bring in a new coach. That's
hmm
attractive.
and they probably told him that when he interviewed, we got all this stuff that we're gonna do, because they had all kind of stuff that they weren't gonna do for this other guy, right? So
Hmm.
you're talking to people and you're like, listen, we gonna do this, and this. All you gotta do is say, we're gonna give you the keys to this brand new Mercedes. All you gotta do is say,
Just
yo,
don't
come
wreck
on.
it.
Yeah, and
Come on and don't
we
wreck
gonna
it.
Right, right. Nobody's ever driven it before. It's all yours. You're the first owner.
it got it got 1 mile on it, and that was just to see if it'll cut on. How
Or,
about
look, or
that?
to get it off the truck. You had to get it off the
That's
truck.
right. That's it. Um, let's see. Obadiah makes a point with regard to the transfer portal. He said that's why Nick Saban left, because he saw this coming, that you could transfer as many times as you want.
Uh, okay.
Uh, Desha-
Okay.
Oh, EP. We would need EP on here to speak on that tide that ain't
oh
rolling.
Lord
Yeah.
have mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to EP in his absence. Deshaun says these coaches going where the money is. That's right.
Nah, I got a comment on that one. Okay. Here's my thing. In college, yes. In high school, these coaches in high school are not. I'm gonna put it like this: the young coaches in high school football, they're not going where the money's at. They're going on that path to get to the next level. That's my opinion on that.
I
Mm,
wholeheartedly, I wholeheartedly agree, Mike. Simply because I have to use my dad as an example. He's more seasoned. He's loyal, so he's not leaving where he is, no matter how much money you offer him. Like
that's home.
he's there. He graduated from there. He became an All American there. So like certain things and certain aspects play a factor into whether or not you choose to stay where you are or you want to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I wish this
Now,
conversation had happened about 2.5, almost 3 years ago, because I could have been knee deep in my feelings about this.
now, you crazy. Now I'm gonna add on to what you're saying, and I'm gonna use Coach Patrick as an example. In
I was
my
finna go
opinion,
there. I'm glad
yeah,
you did that.
and in my opinion, for Coach Patrick to take the job in Chris County the way he took it, it was a path. He saw it as a path for him to get to the next level. All he had to do was win, show that he can go to a totally new program, totally new system, implement his stuff, and win. And he did that when he got to
And
Peach
got
County.
paid.
Yeah, when he got to Chris County, he did that. He took
And
them
got paid
to
handsomely for it too.
yeah, took them to a state title game in his first year as a coach.
Cedar Grove. Yeah. Not Chris.
No, at Chris County. Because that first year he beat Cedar Grove in the quarterfinals or quarterfinals he beat Cedar Grove, got to the semifinals and lost to Pierce.
Hey, I'm saying
Well,
you said take him to a state championship game. He didn't take Chris County to the
well,
state championship.
no, he took them deep in the playoff. He made a deep playoff run.
He made a
I'm
deep
getting Cedar
playoff
Grove.
run.
Yeah, he made a deep playoff run. But he proved that he can go somewhere else and win. He was a proven coach. And in the following year, what happened? Up and left.
Ohio State. Now he's at UAB, right?
Yeah, officially as a coach, not a quality control, not a
Analyst.
analyst. Net. He's there as a coach. But my thing was he came took over at City Grove, won championships, went down to Chris County. Yeah, he lost in the playoffs. Yeah, he did lose to City Grove his first year in the playoffs, but he took them deep in the playoffs, quarterfinal game, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing was, he proved that he can win at a different program, and it helped him out as a young coach. That's what I see a lot of these young coaches doing. Not taking the money, but taking the jobs that's going to put them in positions to get to the next level. So I'm gonna leave that at that. A lot of these older coaches, They're not concerned with it. Any any
Okay.
coach over 40, not trying to go to the next level. They're content, they're satisfied. Any coach under 40, they gonna leave you in a heartbeat when somebody come knocking at that door.
Perfect way to
I
put it,
mean,
bro.
that's a great way to put it. And why not? That's how you move up.
Yeah.
Um, show you can win at one level and then get to the next level. I mean, this is not high school, but I'm looking at college. The coach at Florida A&M, he went and he won his bowl. I mean, they went and they beat everybody on their schedule. They won the bowl game on national television. He left FAMU. Now he's at Duke making $500,000, and
Yeah.
that's just one stop. You know what I'm saying? He's going other places. Um, Obadiah says, where did the quarterback go from Fitzgerald that kept going to all these different schools?
I couldn't even tell you shit. Lost track of him. Lost track of him.
Wow.
But
He
nah,
was
nah, for
at
real. Lost track of him. Lost track of him. But I do want to add real fast. I do want to add this though to the coaching thing. Um, before we move on, because I don't want to forget this. You can sit back and look at Cedar Grove, and I know me being a fan of Cedar Grove, it's an oxymoron,
Nice.
but but what I'm gonna say is it's gonna make sense. We went through three coaches in 4 years. Jimmy Smith, even though he was there for a while as an assistant, then took over the program after Coach Bonner retired and left. Built the program, took the program to the next level. He left us, went to the next level, i.e., Georgia State, then to Arkansas. Who comes in behind him? Coach Patrick. Coach Patrick sat there for what, 2 to 3 years, 2 years, won a state title. Next thing you know, he leaves us, goes to Chris County, following year, off to Ohio State. Now we got Coach Adams. I told y'all before, behind the scenes. If Coach Adams wins a championship this year, I expect him to leave and go to the next level. I really do. I would not be surprised if Coach Adams can somehow find a way to win a championship this year. He's gone to the next level.
You think so? Okay.
Facts. I know so on that. And the
Um,
reason
uh,
being, when if you look at what he's done, what he's carried, I'm not gonna say what he's done, but what he's carried on, he has not wrecked the car yet.
yeah.
He hasn't wrecked the car. He's continued to drive the car, he keeps the car washed, keeps it detailed. He only pulls it out on the weekends like he's supposed to. He drives the car like he's supposed to. He hasn't done anything to mess up the system. So why wouldn't he? I mean, you consider the dude's been he's going into his fourth year. Already won two state. He's been to three title games in 3 years as a head coach. Why wouldn't the next level come look at him and come and try and take him?
Mhm.
So that's why I
Mhm.
say if he pulls it off and wins a back to back title this year, I would expect him to be gone for 2025. I would not be surprised.
Okay. Unless he's, loyal. Let me get some of these questions out of the way. Somebody answered the
So
question Obadiah had about Bainbridge. Does Bainbridge have an indoor facility? Do y'all know? Um, Kenneth says Tifton is closer to home for Coach Littleton. He's from Sylvester, and it's definitely closer to home. And
That
then
is
they're
like
saying,
right there.
and then he's saying he's the third highest paid coach in Georgia now at 145,000, and he closer to home. Okay, I see now. I'm starting to
It,
see
it
why
makes sense. Hey,
it makes sense.
can I butt in right quick? We
Sure.
now have D. Williams joining us, and he is a Bainbridge fan. Welcome to
What's
the
up,
show,
Bainbridge?
D. We got some questions for you.
Is he? Oh, he's coming on the podcast, or he in the.
No, no, he's in the comments. He said we miss our coach already.
I know y'all
mm,
do. Who y'all looking for? And Mike especially has some questions. Let me get through these comments, and then I'm gonna let's see. Tracy, welcome, Tracy. He said, I think the young high school coaches just want that recognition first. They aren't chasing the money. Give them 4 good years and they gone. That's interesting. That's an interesting take.
I mean, you gotta okay. Put this into perspective. Are you guys noticing the NFL is going young when it comes to coaches, and or not coaches in general, but coordinators? They're going younger.
Oh, very young and innovative.
Right.
Some may,
Yeah. Now,
some may
Everything is
be.
though.
yeah. Now that's filtering down to the college level. They're going younger. Also,
Hmm.
they're
Hmm.
bringing them in as analysts. They're bringing them in as coordinator assistant, and they're learning the ropes real fast. And then when the coordinator does leave, they step into that coordinator's role. It's the same effect in a sense that's going on at the high school level when it comes to look at these coaching staffs at these schools that are winning. Majority of them have young coordinators who eventually are going to walk away for a head coaching job. All they're trying to do is build their resume.
Hmm.
That's all they're doing.
Um, who is Chris Martin? Is that the quarterback that was at Tiff County and went to Fitzgerald and stuff? He's at Akron. Is that what you're saying, Adam? Let us know.
I think he was answering that question.
Yeah, he was answering a question about the quarterback. Okay, so he graduated. So that was his. Or he just went to Akron, Ohio, to play football in high school. Let me know. Um, let's see, D. You said they're doing a search and they're being hush hush. Well, let me ask you, who are the stakeholders and who are they that's making the decision with regard to that? And can y'all like have input or like you know just curious?
I'm gonna go on a
What's that?
limb. I'm gonna go on a limb here, sis, and say it's the boosters. That seems to be a common consensus. I'm sure every program has a boosters, but especially in the South, what they say goes. And I'm speaking
Mhm.
from like my personal knowledge because
Mhm.
I've seen it and I'm currently seeing it happen. The boosters play a major part in all of that.
Because they got the money. Uh,
Right.
makes sense. Um, what's going on, Chris? He said, I've heard Bainbridge lost his strength and conditioning coach. Yes. That I think somebody confirmed that he did lose it, and they did lose that coach, and he's also going to Coach Littleton is going to announce the rest of his coaching staff, I guess, sometime during this week. D says we want a black coach in Bainbridge for the first time, but I doubt it will ever happen. Um,
Hold on, wait, stop right there. D. So I'm assuming D is a Bainbridge fan.
He
yeah,
is,
that's
yeah.
big.
That's why I called him out. And
That's
he
Okay,
he
very.
he been on here before. He just
He
been
been on here
MIA
several
for a little
times.
while.
He been
so
on.
I
He's told here
okay.
all the time.
So I want him to come on because I want to understand what the deal is with Bainbridge and a black coach. I'm trying to figure that out. So D,
I
if
really
you
think you know what's going on, Mike.
okay, no, I ain't trying to speculate. I ain't trying to assume. Now y'all know we like to be factual around here. So D, I done sent you the link to your. I have Facebook message you the link for you to come on and help me understand it because the part of it, as we discussed before we came on, the part of this that is upsetting me is you guys are politicking, and I'm trying to understand why you guys are politicking for winning black coaches in the Atlanta area. That's what I want to know. You're asking for Coach Adams to take a ride down there. You're asking for Coach out at Langston Hughes to take a ride down there. Explain to me why. Why are you trying to poach winning coaches from the Atlanta area and bring them down there?
Well, I'm finna be messy. Why y'all going around poaching all these other people's
Get
children?
out of my head, sis, because if y'all can build a Lego team, these people can come anywhere and get a coach now.
Hey,
So
good
don't
dope
do
sell
that,
itself.
Mike.
Y'all already know my motto, good dope sell itself. Blank and
Hey,
them
Oh,
too long gonna sell them pens.
okay.
That's all
Exactly.
I'm saying.
Well, that's what they saying. They got some good dope down there, and they want to let them know it's some good dope down there, and let them know that that money they got can go a little bit further down there than it will in ATL. That's all I'm saying. They get down there, they buy some farmland.
baby, they gonna give you a car. You gonna have a new house. Your
Mm-hmm.
children gonna be well loved. You're gonna be in all the pictures with everybody. Listen, it's
You ain't gonna
different
have
in
to
the
pay
South.
for nothing. You
It's
go
different
into
in the South.
Yeah, you go in that restaurant. You ain't gotta break. Don't pull out your wallet. Your money's no good here. Have a seat.
Mm,
Guaranteed, somebody in the entire restaurant knows who you are, and they're gonna be fighting over who gonna pay for you and your family's meal in the South.
mm.
That's right. That's right. Um, the people with the money control the coaching search. That's what D says. How you doing, Mr. Robert? Um, Obadiah says Pelham has a good head coach too.
So
Okay.
shout out to Leonard Guyton, who is a byproduct of Thomas County Central. They do have a good head coach, and it's been interesting watching the turnaround. It's slow, but it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, shout out to the home team.
I'm interested in what Mr. Shepard has to say too, because I mean he was very, very vocal about that. So I'm wondering, he's probably in everybody's ear down there. I don't know that to be true, but I'm sure he's in a lot of people's ear down there. They probably gonna get tired of him telling him to shut up because he's very
Holy,
passionate about
holy
it.
crap! This boy got a suit on and a tie.
Um,
This boy got a tie on. Where
so
you coming from?
guys, just in case, I was just about to
Oh
say,
wow.
just in case y'all were wondering, Mike is referencing Yo. Welcome on,
Yeah.
Yo.
Welcome on,
What's good? What's
And
good?
congratulations to your son and his
Appreciate it.
wife.
It's
Appreciate it.
been a while.
Appreciate it.
What's going on with Travian? Congratulations, young man. Your little cousin.
Now,
You look
this is
quite handsome.
loyalty, guys. As we were just speaking about coaches and their loyalty to their programs, Yo is being loyal to this podcast because he didn't have to even come on tonight. So we really appreciate that.
Exactly. After spending time with my family and watching my son extend our family with his beautiful wife, I had to come spend time with my podcast family.
Boy,
Yeah,
you
we
finna
sure do
be great.
appreciate it.
Next year you gonna be great. Somebody gonna be calling you Pop Pop.
In about 9 months.
The fact that
Let,
we had touring at the same time, that don't sit well with me.
I know, right?
Look at Clint. What's going on? Let me make sure I say it right. What's going on, Mr. Hamilton? How are you? Deshaun said, shout out to Pelham. They're getting a Dave and Buster. Oh, wait a minute. Pelham is getting a Dave and
Child, he
Buster?
definitely lying because who? Where they gonna put
Who?
it at? And of all places, why would they go there? You
Pelham
got
getting a Dave and
Tallahassee right
Buster?
here. You got Albany right there. That's a
Pelham getting a
lie.
Dave and Buster.
Sis, don't keep repeating that. Don't keep repeating that. Sound
Okay.
like bull sugar to me.
That must be
Okay.
that must be a gay couple.
Oh my God.
So I know he ain't talking about Dave and Buster, the restaurant chain, Dave and Buster.
Hey, bro, and what?
And Will. Yeah, not in Pelham, Georgia.
What's
Listen,
going
if
on,
they
Mr.
get one, my
Wilson?
daddy church is in Pelham, baby. I will become a faithful member. Me and the kids gonna be there.
heck no.
Oh, um, but D, I will say, with regard to this Bainbridge hire, if y'all are looking, I mean, just for a good coach, period. I think that coach, the people at A are gonna cuss me out, but the coach, um, I think the coach in Cook County would be a good look for Bainbridge. I do believe that.
Well,
What? You pulling the coach from Cook? Mm.
Bainbridge is a historically winning program, and they always have a great program down there. It's not going to be hard for them to replace their coach.
Mm.
And I didn't pick up on the entire conversation, but I just want to tell you, if you got a high school in the Metro Atlanta area, I would be very, very afraid because South Georgia and the money they can pay the coaches, I'm pretty sure it's not hard for Bainbridge to get a coach from that Metro Atlanta area.
And I'm talking about, but the one they want though, like you think the coach from Langston Hughes is going to Bainbridge?
Nah.
Okay, okay, that's what when I say that, I'm sure you can get a coach from Metro Atlanta, but if you looking for Langston Hughes,
You can
Nick
get Boone
Rose,
Williams. You can get Boone Williams. You can get John Adams. I mean, Adams out your vocabulary. That ain't happening.
yeah, that's what they were talking about
Yeah,
with
them
regard
two.
to Metro.
Yeah, them two right there ain't got no reason to leave, so you can get them out. But there's some pretty good programs that has been on the up and up around there that you can probably get down there, baby.
And CJ Lane said, "Hell no, that's our coach." I know CJ. I'm sorry, CJ, but I mean, he really is the first. He is the first person that came to mind when I saw that they were looking for a coach. But honestly, they probably already kind of know who they want. Uh, Keith says Cook's head coach came from big schools like Camden, Lowndes, and Colquitt. So who knows? It's very possible. Okay. Um, Speaking of, now Camden County has an opening for a coach. Did they get a new coach? Because I know the coach he retired, right? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah, they
another
don't have one. Nah, they don't have one yet.
yeah. So that's another big coaching job that's out there, and they got some talent down there that they can work with. Um, out of the coaching jobs that are still available, which ones are the most attractive? Do you think?
All right, they're on the screen. Bainbridge, they're on the screen right now. Bainbridge. Now I know your favorite school is attracted to you in Arabia Mountain.
Why do you keep saying that? I
Oh,
have
y'all, I was already laughing before he
Mountain.
got there.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna send her resume to Arabian Mountain next week. See if she can be the
Why do
OC.
Hey,
why
Bumpy,
you
I'm
do
going.
me
I'm
like that?
going with her. And if they put us on the defensive side, we gonna win.
There you
Damn
go.
right. Dang all right. Tell her, sis. We
You
got
got
it.
love
We
that
got it.
blood in you, so you gonna know what to do on the defensive side.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but right. I'm a bit, and this is just my opinion. Bainbridge, obviously, Camden County is attractive because of what they did last year, but you got to look at what they got returning. And when you go through the list, that's really it for the most part, because the rest of these openings are not attractive at all. Unless you want to go small school, private, you're not really seeing anything that's going to tickle you. That's going to move the needle. That's going to move the needle outside of small schools. Macon County, Manchester, those are attractive, but it's all about what you as a coach trying to do.
And most of them, 9 times out of 10, you got to pay them pretty good. But you, the court, I think it's gonna be whatever coach you get. Are they gonna want to live in Montezuma? Because more than likely they're gonna live in Perry or
Well,
Warner Robin.
now I will say this about the Spalding job. The Spalding job might move the needle just a tad bit, but then again, at the same time, do you want to come in and clean that up? That's Spalding. That's the issue with Spalding is who wants to come in and play cleanup.
And you got to think about it too. Their opening wasn't necessary. Well, it wasn't not necessary. It wasn't. It
Yeah,
wasn't anticipated. So, what are you going to do with the coaches on staff? Like, are you going to hire somebody? And of course, they're going to want to bring in their people. Like, I wonder, have
yeah.
contracts been signed yet?
I mean,
You know,
and that's why I say who wants to come in and clean up. So that's basically what they're gonna be doing is cleaning up. Now, if what y'all say about Jackson is true, they got athletes. It's just a matter of somebody coming in and bringing that neighborhood, bringing that community together, bringing the players together, and getting them all on the same page. Jackson could be attractive to somebody who's willing to
Hmm.
put that work in.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as location goes, it's not a bad location either.
Yeah,
Oh,
You close enough.
wait. So, as listed on the screen, Chris Henderson is listed for Jackson. So, is that saying he's out or he's
yeah.
the current hire?
He's
No,
out.
that's the old. He's out. That's the old coach.
Oh, he from the home team. Like he played at FAM. He went well no, I think he went to Albany State. He played with my old man and the Pinckney guy. So
Hmm.
Pinckney, eh, who's he coach of?
Where you see Pickney at? Oh, Josie, out of Augusta, I think. I think Josie out of Augusta.
He got fired
Okay,
too.
yeah. So these are common. Like they went to the same school, I believe,
Interesting.
as far as
Uh,
college.
Evan, tell me how to pronounce your first name. Put it in the chat phonetically, but he says Spartan just lost their coach from the situation. They most certainly did.
Yeah,
Lose their coach. D says we have a young team in Bainbridge this year. We graduated 25 seniors, so it's a good time to have a new coach. If so, I expect Peach and Cairo to win the region and Bainbridge to finish third
Mm.
place. Them three Albany schools will fight for last place.
Literally
Okay.
fight. And I'm a hush.
don't you know no good? Don't you know no
Now,
good?
I said I was gonna hush. I lied. It's the yak kicking in now. Um, the Albany schools don't have a place. I'm sorry. I hate to say it like that, but as far as I've been a part of Georgia high school sports in my graduating class was 2005. Albany schools never had a chance at nothing. Like maybe basketball, but that isn't even about. We're not talking about that.
Well, okay, I'll say this: 2005. Doherty when they had Coach Carol Wright. Shout out to Coach Wright, Fort Valley alum. I know he and his daughter and I are very very good friends. Um, he was a coach at Doherty High School. Now they played Peach County. That was the only school though. Um, in Albany, Peach County won their first title, beating Doherty in 2005. But since then, you're right. They haven't really. But that was the only school. Like Monroe was. It was Albany High was back then. Monroe and Westover. They were basketball schools. It wasn't. It wasn't football at all. They didn't care nothing about football. Um. Yeah, and since then you haven't really heard anything. And the best thing that was going on for Albany last year down in Tallahassee right now. So you right about that. Obadiah says who all is in Cairo's region? Peach County, Bainbridge, Monroe, Westover. Uh, what's the other one? Doherty. And is it somebody? It's somebody else. It's like
Uh,
it's six schools.
yeah, you missing somebody. I forgot who. Hold on, let me pull it. You know what? I'm gonna pull
Bainbridge
it. I'm gonna
Peach,
pull it up and put it. I'm gonna put it on the screen for everybody.
Bainbridge Peach, Cairo, Monroe, Westover, and Doherty. I think it's those six.
Yeah, Westover. Yeah, that was the team you missing, Westover. Let me
You
put it up
right.
on the screen for you.
You right, Shakira. That is a perfect opportunity for the kids to buy in because you can just kind of mold them. And
Exactly.
Bainbridge is like I said, Bainbridge is an attractive job as far as school goes. Week 4, Tiff County comes to Bainbridge. That should be interesting. Oh man, it will be. It will be because, like I said, and y'all tell me, those of you who are close to Tiff County, I don't, because of course, they've had a lot of problems in the past few years. Now, basketball, they've been kicking butt and taking names, but football, not so much. So I'm just gonna assume that some of those kids that could play football. in Tift County or playing in surrounding counties? Let me know if that's right or wrong. And if I'm if I'm right, do those kids come back to Tift County this year with this new coach? And do you see an immediate change or what? Y'all let me know.
Hey,
You,
long as bona
oh,
fide moves are in place, then yeah, run it.
yeah. You know what? I got a question for the listeners. Have you guys heard of anybody getting an NIL deal yet?
In high school,
Yeah, because you know DHSA authorized it now. So I haven't heard of any high school getting an NIL deal yet. I'm just curious if any of the listeners have heard of anybody getting one yet.
I haven't, but I bet you this fall you're gonna see on your
Bro, they
TV.
they gonna amp it up.
You think so? Yeah, this
Yeah,
fall for sure.
you gonna see on your TV somebody advertising for the local tire place or the dentist office or the furniture store. I bet you.
Okay, now I can go ahead and get this out my system. I'm just looking for somebody to do one of them old school furniture commercials. That's all I'm looking for.
Ah, Keith
That's
said you
all I
also
want to
have Tipped Academy. You say you want to see an old school furniture commercial. I
see.
don't.
Go on and make it a mattress commercial.
Match.
Okay.
Y'all
Or
ain't no good.
Joe's barbecue and foot massage.
Barbecue so good, make you want to slap your mama.
Not the Joe barbecue, the foot massage. What that bunny right there? What?
And she
Girl,
came with a jingle, bro. She sung it. That's
you ain't never.
original.
Oh, you ain't never seen that commercial, huh?
You ain't
No,
seen that
yeah,
commercial? I,
y'all out
I'm
there
gonna
to
Oh,
have to
we
tell
got.
send it
that.
to you.
Oh, we got to
I'm gonna
find a
have to
YouTube
send it to
commercial.
you.
We got to man. Let me find a YouTube
It's
commercial. Everybody finna hear it.
it's an actual place, Joe's Barbecue and Foot Massage.
Everybody finna
I
see.
don't know
Everybody
how
finna
the
watch this tonight.
hell
You ain't
barbecue
ready.
and foot massages go
You're gonna
together.
be like, what in the world are these people doing? What's going on, nephew Marquise? Oh, Keith said you have Tift Academy also. Yeah, I'm sure they've given out a couple of scholarships.
Oh man, everybody. Hold on. Hold on. I got the commercial up too.
Uh, all right,
Okay,
Shakira,
so
go
while
ahead.
we're waiting on, I'm okay. While we're waiting on the commercial, I just wanted to break in and speak on the fact that so we were talking about coaches making job changes. We spoke about it in our group chat, but it hasn't made its way to this, and I'm surprised because Obadiah is here. Um, well, he did mention that they lost their defensive coordinator, but he didn't say to where Duke. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's very, very impressive. I
Very.
wish my daddy was like 20 years younger and it would have been us. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, I like that. I like
I'm
that. And
telling
I
you,
just wanted to speak on it.
because he's
All
making great money. I mean, great money. Because the head coach at FAMU left for cut it.
right. Can y'all can't you
No,
can't
we
hear
can't
it though,
hear
can you? Oh man. Oh yeah, this young here too funny. Joe barbecue foot massage. Hell no. Oh man.
you. Can you cut it up? Why we can't hear it?
Oh no. Hold on. Let me check my. Let me see if I got my speakers on. Yeah, I got my speakers on. Oh man, I'm sitting
I'm
up here
pretty sure I'm
dying
the
laughing.
sound of that, Toby Jones.
You.
It's gonna
Oh,
be in your head.
you gonna be stuck with it. How that thing ain't playing? Let me see. Let me see. Do I need to turn that on? Nope, that ain't it though. Let me check my set. Let me check my set. Check my audio, microphone.
You can get barbecue and get your foot massage. Oh Lord. Marquis says Thompson lost their offensive coordinator to Greenbrier. Thank the Lord.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's like apparently it's a great thing because he's thanking God he left.
Oh man,
All right. Well, we have to.
no good ass barbecue and foot massage.
I didn't see the good ASS.
Look on the.
It's down there at the bottom up under the phone number. Look up under that first two. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna post it in the group. Everybody go get it. Why they putting barbecue sauce on their feet? Why you putting barbecue sauce on them folks' feet?
Hold on, Obadiah. Who else with the Duke now? Because they made it
I guess
public knowledge
I
that
think he's
y'all.
talking about. Are you talking about? I mean, I mentioned the head coach of FAMU that went to Duke, but other than those two,
And that's what made me spin the block because it sounds like Duke is trying to build a program while
mhm,
everybody sleep on them. And
No,
that's interesting to me because I'm a Florida State fan. So as long as they keep us in the ACC, I'm gonna be in everybody's business.
mhm,
nah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Duke. Duke has been doing something since for the past 2 years.
yeah,
People just ain't been noticing them because they're in the book
ACC.
in the in the ACC. But they've actually been doing something though.
And the coach, where did the coach that they had, he left, and where did he go?
Hold
He went.
on.
Did he go out to Washington? Where did he go?
What?
He left Duke because he's been making noise. And when one vacancy, I can't remember. But he got another prestigious job, and then I think Cristobal came from Miami, right, to get the job at Duke.
Something like that. I don't know why. Why am I thinking Mac Brown was down there? It ain't Mac Brown that was down there.
He's at North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is. Hey, they both. Oh, no wonder they both in the same state. That's why I kept thinking that. Okay,
Yeah,
makes sense now.
he's a Tar Heel coach. But yeah, I'm gonna look that up too, cause the coach that was at Duke, you're right. He was making a lot of noise, and he was the fact that he did what he did at Duke made them poach him, and so somebody else
Mm-hmm.
got him. Let's see. Duke's head coach, I think it's Cristobal from Miami. Am I right?
It could be. I'm not.
Well,
It
that's
could
kind
be.
of scary if it is because he didn't bring the U back, and all these people jumping
Ain't
ship.
nobody gonna bring the U back. Go on and let these people know that if you're a U fan, it's done.
The U will never be back.
Yes. No, how many
Hey,
times I
matter
tell
of fact,
you
y'all was piping hot when the college
no,
the Texas high school students was running over here. They ain't doing that no more, and that could have been left on
no,
right. But I'll back away from
no.
that.
It wasn't. Cristobal is still at Miami. It was their previous coach, Manny Diaz. He's at Duke now.
Oh, okay.
And so he's bringing in all these people. So Cristobal's still down there in Miami, and no, y'all not ever gonna be the Miami of 2001. Nikki, I knew I liked you. Nikki's an an FSU fan too. Go knows. I think Duke is gonna get better too. I think Duke is gonna get better. Um, it's just a matter of them putting money into it, and getting the kids in, because it's so hard to get in. It's hard to get in Duke, and it's hard to get in Georgia Tech. But that's another, yeah, that's another team that's making noise behind the scenes. Georgia Tech.
Oh, oh yeah, for sure.
So y'all watch out for them.
And they actually have been making noise for a few years, like minimal noise, but they got it. They have Charlie Thomas on their team, who is a Thomasville High graduate.
All
He's
right.
been there now. If I'm not mistaken, he should be about to graduate, but he's been
Okay.
making noise and producing a lot since he's been there.
Man, all Georgia Tech needed was a quarterback. When you get down to it, that's all they needed was a true pro, at a minimum, a true pro style quarterback. That's all Georgia Tech needed.
Mike, you got a question. I can answer the question for you, Obadiah. He was pleased. How'd you feel when UGA head coach left for the U? What he did, he got fired.
Yeah, he got
Um,
fired. So
he
I
was
ain't got no.
he was not sad. He didn't have no problem with it.
Nah,
because of what
Not
he
at
got.
all.
And that was actually one of the smartest things Georgia has ever done. Because listen, I love Mark Richt. Like I said, he was the offensive coordinator for Florida State, and he's a good man. And when he was the offensive coordinator for Florida State, baby, they were on it. He came to UGA, had great teams. He was like maybe a few inches away from a national championship in, was it 2012? He was what, 4 inches away.
Hmm.
And then what was that? What year did they play Hawaii in the um in the Sugar Bowl? Was that '08?
Man, something like that. But I
Yeah,
know, I know
I
you're getting
mean,
that
when they
though.
were there, I remember them being there, and the people that were talking, cause I mean, they beat Hawaii to sleep, and everybody knew they were. They were saying, even the commentators, everybody, they said, I think this is probably the best team I think this is the best team in the country. So he's had great teams, but he could just never get over the hump. I mean, so what do? You want to win? You put the money in, but you can't win. So what do? So now, okay, so you got Kirby kicking butt as a defensive coordinator in Bama. He's chomping to get a head coaching job. He wants to come home, but here comes South Carolina. They got an opening. They want to hire Kirby Smart. Oh no, we can't have that. So what do UGA do? Mark, we certainly appreciate you, sir. And they brought Kobe right on in there. All right, Marquis said they played Hawaii January 1st, 2008. I remember that. No Sean Marino. Oh, I remember that game so well. Because when people were talking about, Hawaii was mad because they didn't play in the championship game and they had to play UGA. And I'm sitting here, I said, y'all got to play these big country, cornbread fed boys. This is not going to be nice. And then when they were out there on the field doing their, what do you call it? Their war dance.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The Samoan thing.
Yeah, and I was sitting there looking. I said, y'all finna get beat to death. I saw it. They were doing that, and everybody was so hyped. I said they finna get beat to death, and boy, did they ever! Oh my goodness, poor Colt. Rest in peace, Colt Brennan. But they tore him up.
Kind of had flashbacks on when they played TCU, huh?
Uh huh. Oh my goodness, TCU. They probably still had nightmares. That was terrible. No, you didn't, Obadiah. I heard Nick Saban will be joining the Georgia staff next year. You didn't hear that. What's going on? What's going on, Terry Kendrick? How are you? I mean, Ken Cornelius. We got Perry Georgia in the building. A shout out to Perry. I think they have their. Did y'all already have y'all's ring ceremony, King? Let me know. I can't remember. I think Coffee County is having theirs coming up too. So shout out to them. And then we got
Hmm.
a. Then spring practice is almost here, guys. Can you believe it?
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Man, man, who you telling? Ready for it, waiting on it.
Ready. But I feel sorry for these people that don't have coaches in place. How many are out there, and why don't you have somebody in place by now? Is it
But
that nobody wants the job? It's hard for me to think nobody wants the job.
you know what? If Stone Mountain High School can find somebody to take a job, anybody can find somebody to take a job. If Stone Mountain can find somebody to take their job, to take a job out there. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
It's
I'm just saying. If you think I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm being serious. Look up Stone Mountain High School. Look what they've done. If they can find a coach, should nobody have a problem finding a coach.
man, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
That's all I'm saying.
Marquis said, I'd rather watch Tom and Jerry than to watch that Georgia versus Hawaii game. That game was nasty. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube tonight. I do
Heck
believe
no.
it. Just to do it. But
You're gonna have a good laugh at that.
But speaking of college, are we ready for a question
Yeah,
or
what's
no?
up? Oh, what's the question we got?
Um, I'm asking because it came up in a conversation that I was having on Facebook a couple of days ago,
Hmm.
and the question was, who do you think who had there are two teams that are deemed as the best college football team to ever play. And it's always a debate between two particular teams, and you can't really compare them because they're two different areas. But the 1995 Nebraska Cornhuskers and the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. And so the
Oh,
question becomes, of those two, some people say it's Miami that's the greatest team ever assembled. Others say it was the Cornhuskers that was the greatest team ever assembled.
now let's make sure we got this straight. You said 1995. You talking about 19 what?
95, the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Okay, hold on, cause I gotta. Yeah, I gotta do my. I gotta pull this up. So boy, you going way back. And what Miami team?
2001 Miami Hurricanes.
Okay, I just want to see these rosters real fast. That's all I want to see is the rosters.
Um, I 2000, that roster in 2001. You're gonna be like,
Oh
whoa,
my, oh my gosh! I'm just looking at the offense. You got
yeah,
Clinton Portis, Najee Davenport, Jeremy Shockey,
uh-huh,
Andre Johnson. Good lord! And that's just on
uh,
the offense.
let me just put it like this: they had 38 people on that team to go to the NFL.
Hold on, listen to this defense. Listen to this defense. And I'm not even gonna talk. I'm just gonna jump straight to the secondary. Ed Reed, James Lewis, and Philip Buchanan.
I told you.
And
But
then
they,
senior, and you want to move up to the line, but you got Jonathan Vilma sitting there in the middle, just ready to knock heads off.
mhm,
Yeah, that was a good team though.
yeah. So the Cornhuskers are more statistic wise. That's what they're saying. I mean, they have some great players too, but both of them, if you read up on them, they're both of them. There's always been a debate. Marquis says Miami. Chris says Miami.
All right, let me look at this Nebraska roster real fast. Let me look at this 1995 Nebraska roster. Uh, no, let me change the view of it. So looking at this Nebraska roster, there's really no names on here that jumps out at you right off the bat.
Hmm.
Just
You have to
looking.
you have to look at their statistics for
Yeah,
that.
and I'm with you on that. And I'm with you on that. Now, I will say this. I'm starting to remember this team primarily because of Tommy Frazier and
Hmm.
Lawrence Phillips at running back. Now that duo in the backfield by Tommy Frazier and Lawrence Phillips was ugly. Was ugly. I mean, they was killing folks with that option. Tommy Frazier ran that option so smooth. But the backfield is deadly. Dishman, Graham, oh, they had some nice offensive linemen too when you actually get down into it.
Hmm.
And that
Hmm.
defense,
Hmm.
the defense
They
is really no names on the defense that jumps out at you, but that defense was, now that it's coming back to me, was stout.
hmm.
Ooh,
I think they got the record for the fewest points allowed in NCAA. I think they hold the NCAA record as far as points scored and points allowed, but don't quote me on that.
mm. But
But I mean, it's a matter of, I was just curious as to what other people think. I don't think I personally would go with the Hurricanes, but if somebody said the '95 Cornhuskers, I wouldn't. I
I ain't
wouldn't
gonna,
be like, oh man, you crazy. Now,
I'm
of
not gonna
course,
lie.
Joe will say something totally different.
You know
He
what?
said,
I'm not gonna lie, that would be a nice matchup to see. That offense go against that defense. Because when you go across the offense and you think about the NFL talent they had, Andre Johnson, you know,
Hmm.
Jeremy Shockey, Kellen Winslow at tight end. They had a nice line. Um, Daryl Jones, Kevin Bird, Roscoe Parrish at the other receiver spot. And then when you're looking at the backfield, once you get past Ken Dorsey, you got Najee Davenport and Clinton Portis and Willis McGahee and Frank Gore in the backfield.
Who was on special teams?
Special teams, you had
Sean Taylor.
uh
You see that?
no. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Where go? Well, they got Philip Buchanan listed as the punt returner. They don't have a kick returner. That's what I'm looking at. But man, this is crazy. It's
Hmm.
that offense against that defense would have been great to see.
Yeah, and you can't do it. Like I said, not necessarily. It's no wrong answer. Now, Yo says something totally different. He says the 21 Bulldogs, but he's biased.
Yeah, I'm with and I get it. But man, yeah, you had Ed Reed and Sean Taylor back there, at Free State on that team. And
Chris
oh
says,
my God, hold on, I just realized this the defense that Vince Wilford played on. Oh my gosh, Antro roll that cornerback behind Philip Buchanan. Man, this would have been great, a great game here.
Chris says Nebraska was nice. That's if we're talking about the team that played versus the Florida Gators for the ship, but they ain't winning versus that Miami team.
Now this Miami team, they were bringing up, they was bringing it.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was almost 40 people that went to the NFL on that team.
Yeah, that's a man. That's a nice. Yeah, that's a nice team here.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
Lord have mercy.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's a
who do
nice
we
team.
have on with us? Who is it? Who is
Oh
it?
man, don't worry about it. That just was coming on trying to be funny, talking about if you don't want your coaches all up in the videos, all up in your tweets, y'all can come on down to Ellenwood. Don't worry about
Oh, that was it. You know what? Man,
it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
oh,
about it.
I should have known. Marquis says me and Sean Taylor share the same birthday. Rest in peace, Sean. He was different, and I hate
Yeah.
that his life was cut short as well. It was very tragic, and I wonder how the Commanders, not the how the Washington football team would have fared had he survived.
They still would have been struggling on offense though.
Yeah. Okay.
So speaking of that, speaking of NFL, what's this, February? We got
Mhm.
what's the date? We got 8 days left in this month, 31 days in February in March, so that's 39 plus a couple of days. So we about 45 days away from the NFL draft.
Mhm.
It's a whole lot of talk about what Justin Fields did yesterday and today.
What did he do?
Unfollowed everything dealing with
Oh,
Chicago
that's
Bears.
right. He sure did. And his
So,
eyes have come to the Falcons
so,
increased.
so the question is, what do the Falcons give up to get him? Obviously you're gonna swap first rounds this year. Do you
Mhm.
come back and give up a second round next year and possibly a third or fourth round next year? Or do you obviously swap your first, say I give you my second round next year and a player? What? What do the Falcons do? How much if you was the Falcons GM, how much would you be willing to give up right now for Justin Fields? Now, before you answer, keep in mind you have control of his destiny this year and next year. You have control of his contract because he's still on his rookie deal.
Mm. Podcast man, you want to answer that? I
You still got control of his contract for the next 2 seasons. How do you go about getting Justin Fields here in Atlanta?
I don't think I give up my first round pick.
Well, you're gonna swap first rounds this year, regardless. You swapping first rounds this year. That's a gimme. The question is, what do you give up to go along with it?
The hood in me over here saying, just tell them to pull up. We'll work it out.
Now, the only way that's gonna happen is if Chicago releases him. Now, if Chicago's release him, then you don't have control over him anymore. Now he can negotiate for a new contract. But if
They're
you
not gonna
trade
release
for him,
him.
no, but if you trade, they'll be stupid to release him. So therefore, you trade for him. Yeah, you're giving up assets, commodities, but you still have control over his contract for the next 2 years, which is very key when trying to add free agent pieces to him because you got to keep into consideration salary cap. Right now, you're 25 million under the salary cap. You're finna get ready and start releasing players come March at the beginning of the new season, sometime in early March. Somewhere around March 4th is when the season starts. So now you're going to release Cordell Patterson and all those other veterans that you bought in, Calais Campbell and some other folks that you bought in. You're going to release them, possibly re-sign some of them on another 1 year, 2 year deal. But so therefore you're going to have more, you're going to have, and the new cap season and the new cap starts. So you're going to have additional money, approximately $50 million in cap space. How do you play it?
Let's see. You give up for Fields. You gonna have to give up somebody.
Well,
Um,
I'm gonna
you
put it
gonna
like this.
would you give up? Would you give up? You're not giving up Robinson. You're not giving up
No,
Kyle.
no.
So what about the other tight end? What's his name?
Nah, if anything, I'll throw you a quarterback,
Who
i.e.
wants Desmond
Heineke.
Riddle?
No,
Who
no,
wants
as
him?
in no, I'm saying Heineke. He's a proven veteran, right? But
But
my
they
thing is
fixing to
this.
get us. If they're getting rid of Justin Fields, they want Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah, yeah, Chicago wants Caleb Williams. But
Yeah.
they're willing to bypass on Caleb Williams. Plus, they have assets to get back up, to move back up in the top five if they want to because of what they got from Chicago, from Carolina. Because you got to remember they got 2 picks in the first round,
Yeah.
so they're willing to come off of one of those picks. I.e., if they don't come off the first round pick to allow you, if they don't, which more than likely they're not going to come off the first round pick, they'll come off their regular pick, which will move you up, which will move the Falcons up from number 8 to I think somewhere around 6.
Mhm.
So that
And
way they can draft Caleb Williams.
Chicago got 2 first round draft picks too. What they got?
Yeah, they got 2 first round draft picks. They got
So
theirs and
they
they
number
got
9,
Carolina.
right?
Somewhere I know they both picked in the top 10. I don't know the exact
Yeah.
top.
I think like the Falcons were number 8 and they were number 9 or something like that. All that salary caps and trades and stuff. That stuff makes my head hurt. I can't even. It's
Yeah,
like Greek to me, and I'm trying to understand it. But I think they give up the first and the second round pick for this year.
yeah.
They throw somebody in,
Now
and
mm, you just killed your new coach
who?
by giving up your second rounder for this year. You just killed your new coach. You just killed him. You just killed Raheem Morris. You got to keep the second round for this year at a minimum. You got to keep the second round for this year because we already know you're gonna give up your first because you're gonna swap picks in the first round. But that second round pick for this year, you got to keep that. I don't give a damn. You got to keep that second round pick.
Do you think they'll give him up though? Don't you think Chicago will be like, okay, I want first? So if Chicago come to you and say, I want first and second round, what you gonna do?
I give them. Obviously, you're gonna get my first rounder this year. I give you my second round next year, and I'll even throw in a third. And I'll even throw in a third round for the following year.
Mm.
My thing is, I don't want to put my new coach in a bad situation. This is
I
his
got you.
because it's gonna be his first draft class. I want him to be able to pull something out of it to at least have 6 picks, at a minimum 5 picks. Bring in 5 rookies at a minimum that you can draft.
Well, I think they're gonna play hardball because they know the Falcons want a freaking quarterback.
But the
Uh,
thing is, though,
Mark,
all we doing as the Falcons is waiting on Denver to make a move with Russell Wilson
you think Russell Wilson gonna play in which column?
for the right amount of money for 15 for a good 15 to 18 million for 2 years. I mean per year for 2 years. Yeah,
Baby. Marquis said I give up Desmond Ritter for a bag of chips and some juicy fruit chewing gum.
man, you can go cheaper than that. You can give him up for a bag of chips and a bag of fruit snacks
But you know what?
and a
The,
bag of chips and a Capri Sun.
the quarterback coach that's coming in, and maybe it's just coach speak,
Hmm.
but he said that Desmond has a lot of potential
He does.
and that he can be a great quarterback,
He
and
can.
that he's going to work with him.
Now, here's my thing with Desmond Ritter. All right. I was a Desmond Ritter fan when he first played in his rookie year. I really was. I was high on Desmond Ritter because I saw what he did for 2 years at Cincinnati, right? Yes, he had a bad game against Georgia, correct. But the whole offense and the whole defense, the whole team had a bad game against Georgia.
Hmm.
But what Desmond Ritter did in college was eye opening at Cincinnati. Now, when he came to the Falcons, obviously he was behind Mariota. Not the best guy to learn from.
Hmm.
If you go back and watch the documentary, not the best guy to learn from.
I don't
Came in,
disagree.
played 4 games, started 4 games his rookie year, went 2-2. All right, fast forward to this past season. He really hadn't played a full season until he got to week 14. Let's be honest with it. A full 16, 17 games didn't happen until he got to week 13. He looked good. He made mental mistakes, which those mental mistakes can be cleaned up and fixed through good coaching, i.e., on the field looks and film looks. It can be cleaned up. The question is, knowing that you still got control of his contract for 3 more years, and it's not going. And this is the GM portion of it, okay? You still have control of his contract for 3 more years, to where it's not going to be a big salary cap hit. Do you work with him? Bring in a veteran like a Russell Wilson, and let him learn from a good veteran, i.e., in a Russell Wilson. Or do you want to let him sit there and learn behind another rookie in Justin Fields and see how things work out? It's a double edged. So the Falcons got a tough decision to make.
They do. I mean, can they coach him up and make him look attractive for another pick? Or like another trade, make him.
Ain't no ain't nobody finna trade for Desmond Ritter. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Ain't nobody trading for Desmond Ritter. If anything, at the end of the day, you just don't pick up his fifth. You just do not pick up the 5th year option. And you release him and let him go.
Lord have mercy. You don't see. I'm sorry. Obadiah and Corey.
I see it. I see it. I'm ignoring
Y'all
it.
just a fussy.
I'm
Listen,
ignoring it.
y'all y'all.
But my thing is, what the Falcons? I mean, the Falcons got a tough decision to make. Either you gonna bring in a veteran like a Russell Wilson, and let Desmond Ritter sit behind him for another year, for a year or two, and learn from him, or and then that way you can drop Heineke and bring in an undrafted quarterback and keep him on the roster as your third quarterback because you're gonna keep 3 on the roster regardless. Or do you trade for basically another rookie in Justin Fields? And do you keep Ritter because you have control of his contract and drop Heineke and bring in an undrafted free agent quarterback to be your third quarterback? What do you
I
do?
don't know. That's a good question. But what I will say is I trust the GM that we have in place. If
Yeah,
this were Dimitrov, I wouldn't trust it, but I trust
yeah.
this
Now,
place. So
One thing about Ritter that nobody speaks on is you put Ritter in a hurry up offense to where he doesn't have to think and he can just go. And it was the same thing with Matt Ryan. Put him in a up tempo offense and let him just play without having to think. They were both great in those situations. You put Ritter in that 2 minute situation and that 2 minute drill.
hmm
For the most part, he was good. He was straight. It was when he had to sit back and think
hmm
that got him in trouble because with the offense he was in, it wasn't designed for him to run that much like he should have been. He got a young body. He got a young body. He gonna heal up fast. Let him do his thing. Give him more read options. Give him those RPOs to run. You didn't throw that much at him. You didn't let him run that much. Those RPOs. Let him do it because that's what he's used to doing. That's his thing when it comes to Ritter, and that's where he makes those good decisions. Now, granted, at the same time, Falcons receivers weren't helping him that much because they really wasn't getting that separation. Because we need a number two. We need a true number two receiver.
I don't know. It makes my head hurt. Jordan
Yeah.
Love would have been wonderful, Marquise, but Green Bay would never. That's just not even a in the realm of possibility.
No, no, no. I know, no, what he's saying. No, and I'm with him because I wanted them to do the same thing. I wanted the Falcons to get Jordan Love over Ritter. I did.
hmm
Because I was high on Jordan Love when he was coming out.
hmm
Him, him, and the kid that came out of North Dakota State. I was high
Uh,
on because it was that COVID year when they came out. I was
yeah.
high on that kid out of North Dakota State. The only problem with the kid from North Dakota State was that he had only played like two or four games that year.
hmm
And they didn't see it, and a lot of people felt they didn't see enough from him in his senior year, which was BS because you saw everything you had to see in his junior year. But you know, we let a lot of good quarterbacks go past us. It is what it is. But at the, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, if we could sit back at number 80 and pick up Jaden Daniels out of LSU. Shit, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
My
Do you
thing
think
is,
he'll still be available though?
it's a possibility. Yeah, Trey Lance. That's his name, Trey Lance. I love Trey Lance coming out of North Dakota State. My thing is, he should be because you got Chicago. Um, the Chicago. It's like three teams in front. The question is that third team in front gonna pick up the kid out of I want to say North Carolina, mentor or something like that. The kid coming out of North Carolina, I think is his name. The white
I
kid
know you're
coming out of
talking
North
about.
Carolina. Will they pick him up over Jaden Daniels? Now, also there's a fourth quarterback that a lot of scouts and analysts ain't talking about is the kid out of Washington, Phoenix. Uh, how you pronounce his name? The kid out
Mm.
of Washington. I forgot how. I forgot.
Penix,
Yeah, Penix. A lot of people are not talking about him. They're giving more hype on J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan than him.
because they say he's injury prone. I think.
But you got to go back and look But you got to go back and understand what happened at Indiana. When he was at Indiana, he was Indiana football team. Indiana went nowhere without him, so he was doing everything at Indiana. He got tired of getting beat up, transferred out to Washington.
hmm
You get a kid, if you have a good offensive line that can protect the kid is going to light a defense up. The kid has great touch, great velocity on the ball.
Oh, his throws are
Yeah,
things of beauty. They really are.
yeah, yeah. The kid can throw the ball and he can see the field good. Yes, his injuries is the biggest issue. But that's why I say if you can give him a good offensive line that can protect him, he'll produce for you. But I do feel he's better than AJ. I feel he's better than AJ McCarthy out of Michigan and the kid out of North Carolina. I
hmm
do think he's better than those two because he'll Penix will tuck the ball and run. You
Yeah.
just got to teach them either slide or get out of bounds. Don't take the hit. That's all it comes down to. Play smart ball like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson don't get hit. The only time he gets hit is when he takes a sack.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
down or get out of bounds.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. We will find out in 45 days, will we not?
Yeah, we will. Yes, we will. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens though in the NFL draft. See how many folks from the state of Georgia gets drafted on day one, and then throughout the 3-day weekend.
Hmm. So we got some interesting stuff to talk about, people. Um, in the coming weeks.
For
So
sure.
that's that.
But
So it's after 9 o'clock. Y'all got something else to add? I don't see
nah,
any
I ain't,
comments.
nah, ain't got nothing to add. All I can
Okay.
say is it's a school night.
Hmm.
5:30 gonna be here before we know it.
That's
Not
Before
a
I
right.
know
Well,
it.
school
thank
night.
y'all so much for listening. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week.
Kira, you got anything to say to the people on the way out?
No, sir. All I gotta say is spring games coming up, guys. And
Hmm.
per 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 my role on this show, all I have to say is you better not lose. I don't care if it's a 4-on-4 or 7-on-7. You better make it do what it do.
Make it do
Girl, we
what it
talking
do,
about
baby.
practice. We talking about practice.
It don't matter because what you show in practice is a startup for the fall. So yeah.
y'all so silly. We thank
Oh,
y'all guys for tuning in, and we appreciate y'all. We pray y'all have a good night, and that y'all join us back here next week at 7ish.
We had the refreshments in the back.
hold on. What kind of refreshments we gonna have in the back for 'em? Baby shower
We
food.
still yeah, I'm about to say we still on baby shower foods. We'll
Baby shower, wedding
upgrade.
showers,
Right, we'll
gender
upgrade
reveal.
in the fall.
Yeah, yeah. We'll upgrade in the fall.
All right. With all that being said, thank you, ladies, for doing. Thank you, ladies, for making this thing possible tonight. Listeners, thank y'all for tuning in, checking us out. Yo, enjoy the evening. Mo, prayers up to you. Dro, get your rest in.
Night night,
Prayers up to
guys.
Dro too. He's also dealing with things. But thank y'all for hanging out with us and good night.
Good night.
Peace up. A town down.